Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to be with you this afternoon, and welcome to this campus-wide address. As we approach the midpoint of our fall semester, I stop and reflect on our last year and share my thoughts and considerations for our current year and moving forward. My theme today is Onward to a Resilient Future. I begin today with a look back. Last year was another significant year for Buffalo State. The significance included many memorable occurrences, experiences, and successes. As we frame out last year, it's important to capture the significance of our 150th anniversary celebration. This year-long jubilee touched every corner of our campus life. We launched the FET on September 17th, 2021, with a day for Buffalo State. I joined a full house and stepped into the Performing Arts Center to join others to mark this milestone. On that day, we began to celebrate a century and a half commemorating our educational history that has transformed lives throughout the state of New York and beyond for 150 years. We were regaled by music, performances, and expressions of joy as we all celebrated together. With great appreciation to the Department of Music, we held a competition to develop an updated and a contemporary lyrics for our alma mater and unveiled Bengal Pride during the Buffalo State Day. That day was only the beginning of a year-long period that includes signature and celebratory activities across every division within the college. And of course, we celebrated Benji's birthday with birthday song and cake. And didn't he really look good for 150 years old? Within the School of Education, they began the year by hosting a Bengals teacher reunion, calling back on campus generations of outstanding teachers and teacher candidates to share the impact, the reality, and the importance of the field of education. The School of Education also elevated their commitment to the teaching profession by implementing the Find Your Path Back to Teaching program and the Teacher Pipeline initiative. In both of those programs, our education colleagues are responding to the need to create unique pathways for those interested in becoming teachers while forging a trail for diverse candidates to join this admirable profession. Outstanding teachers are really the bedrock of every professional, creative, and innovative field. And our School of Education leans into a long and laudable record of preparing those choosing the teaching profession. Rounding out a year of many successes for our education colleagues was earning recognition as a leader in teacher preparation by the Council for the Accreditation of Educator Preparation, CAPE, with notations of only strengths within our program. To the benefit of thousands of teachers and many more children, our teacher education program has been continuously accredited since 1954, when they first sought accreditation. In the School of Arts and Sciences, they continue to display excellence while celebrating our milestone anniversary during the 21-22 academic year. One such example was the award-winning partnership between the Communication Department and the Buffalo Broadcasters Association. This partnership hosted a weekly 30-minute public affairs TV series and has won Community Partnership Awards from Buffalo State and the Buffalo Broadcasting Association. We are proud that this collaboration will be entering its third season this spring. And last year, we also saw the official opening of our $120 million Science and Math Center with the Whitmore Ferguson Planetarium, drawing significant and well-deserved attention to this magnificent building. The planetarium opening was covered widely by all news outlets, highlighting the analog and digital projection systems, the cross-disciplinary connections, and our ability to bring the stars, constellations, and planets into view for all interested in the mysteries of space. And within the School of Professions, the year was filled with many new and established events. Fashion and Textile Technology, listed as a top 50 program by fashionschool.org, developed and supported a new scholarship to foster inclusion within the department, and has become our custom. We regaled this spring with the magnificence of the runway show, last year themed History, Push for Progress. The curriculum continued to advance within the School of Professions, including Health, Nutrition, and Dietetics program, accepting its first cohort into the Master of Dietetics program, and the Masters of Business doing the same. Responding to the changing needs of our society, the Center for Integrated Studies in Nanoscience and Nanotechnologies opened last year and is well situated to advance this critical area for our students and the professions within Western New York. Institutional advancement exists to support the financial needs and directions of the college. Our fundraising support continued to be exceptionally strong last year, generating nearly $9 million in gifts for the 21-22 year alone. I think that should be a round of applause for. And these gifts supported student scholarships and programmatic needs across campus. And we also celebrate with great excitement our Bengala, our annual event supporting student scholarships. The Bengala, yet again, was a showstopper, with alumni across generations coming back to share their talent and commitment to Buffalo State. The success of the gala was realized by record attendance and generating the largest amount of funds in the history of the gala at $500,000. Also very nice. We also, during our Buffalo State opening, celebrated what I framed our focus to be was Jedi excellence. Excellence in committing our campus to renewed energy and commitment to justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion. This pledge secures our work across many elements, including solidifying our Center for Social Justice that touches and elevates our teaching, scholarship, and community engagement. We had successes across every division last year. Just to highlight a few more, the Marketing and Communications Office is the principal arm of our campus that tells our institutional story to varied audiences. You may have noticed that each year we continue to diversify the ways we communicate information, insights, and stories with prospective students, parents, community members, friends of the college, and alumni. We regularly share the amazing transformative work being done at Buffalo State. Last year saw an amplification of our stories within social media by posting over 2,000 stories for our many constituents. This increased social media presence led to a 59% increase in impressions as people found, read, and reshared our posts. At a time when competition within higher education is fierce, capitalizing on the popularity of social media as a means to absorb information is truly essential. Deepening our connections with students at community college is also important in today's environment. With the downturn of numbers of students attending community college and consequently attending a four-year college, it is especially important to collaborate closely with sister institutions to recruit transfer students into our campus. Buffalo State was selected for the inaugural cohort of the Aspen Transfer Student Success and Equity Program in collaboration with SUNY Erie to enhance our transfer connection and to recruit a larger portion of students completing SUNY Erie and wishing to receive a four-year degree. The lessons learned from this collaboration will not only assist in the pipeline from SUNY Erie, but will also provide useful information that can be replicated as we work with other community colleges within and beyond New York. During the 21-22 year of celebration, you probably noticed that Student Affairs was frequently on the plaza, hosting events to engage students in recognizing this milestone year. Bingo Connect student organizational fairs, ice cream sundaes, and pep rallies were just a few of the many events that pulled our students into our year-long celebration. Within the Division of Finance and Management, colleagues are committed to mitigating risks and overseeing and managing the financial backbone for the college. This division worked with campus to continue to handle the pandemic-related issues that produce potential risks and financial strain on the campus. The capturing, coordination, and compliance issues related to the federal money received by the campus took a level of professional and financial insight that was well exercised during last year. While completing the financial gymnastics of following guidelines for federal monies that flow through the state and SUNY, the division regularly maintained communications and notifications to the campus community and continued to use the Bingo Business Forum as a means to share important and often evolving information with the campus community. 2 large funded facility renovation projects received new names last year. The old classroom building finally, and I might say again, finally, has a proper name and has been renamed Elms Hall after our college yearbook that for many years captured the photos and events and signature activities on campus. You can still see these yearbooks archived in the Butler Library or proudly displayed as at alumni reunions. And Building 15 on Grant Street, which will house the University Police Department, is now renamed Carner Hall, named for an endangered butterfly found around the Great Lakes. We also saw that the successful accreditation of the Buffalo State University Police Department from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services Law Enforcement Accreditation Council, placing our UPD among a small percentage of departments across the country to be accredited. Only 5% of the departments across the country are accredited, and only 30% within the state of New York. Fall of 2021 allowed us to open more normally, as we understood we were in a new phase of the adaptation to COVID-19 reality. We still face significant challenges to re-engage students who had spent the previous 18 months under serious pandemic restrictions, but our new path had emerged. In many ways, we, like higher education in general, experienced a reboot to a new landscape and a new understanding of safety precautions and a normalization of vaccination protocols. Then at the end of this academic year, our culminating event occurred. On May 21st, 2022, we found ourselves back in the Transform Sports Arena where we had holding our first in-person commencement since the pandemic hit. It was exhilarating as I looked at the faces of 2,000 plus graduates walk the stage to join our cadre of alumni. The commencement speaker, New York Attorney General Letitia James, provided an inspiring message that connected with our students and all in attendance. It was a great moment. Our year was memorable, noteworthy, and a year to cherish. And now, as it is now in the rearview mirror, we know the demanding work we did was really worth it. And before I move to reflect on our current year, I would like to publicly thank Vice President Tim Gordon and the entire 150th Anniversary Committee for their tireless work to make last year a memorable one and one for the books. And I also am grateful for the individual donors and foundations that supported our programming during that special year. So I know Vice President Gordon is in the room, but let's give him and the whole team a round of applause. And additionally, I thank everyone for the heavy lifting, collaborative work, and can-do spirit and positive forward thinking that has allowed us to traverse the very rocky path we have been on for the last few years. And although we are still facing a financial storm, I deeply appreciate those who are working together as we move forward. Our path forward is to exercise resilience and to invest or reinvest our energy and our will toward a successful Buffalo State future. At the end of 21-22's academic year, I laid out a bold plan for the future success of Buffalo State to guide our work over the next 4 years. These plans are grounded in the reality of our world today and the projections, although shifting, that impact our future. These goals will drive our work toward success by implementing the priorities and the strategic directions of our institution, while also underlying the efficiencies and the adjustments needed. We will continue to adjust our workforce as we accomplish these goals. These plans are bold in each area, and they require the administrative leaders, staff, and faculty to lean into their portion of the work. Plans lay out 7 priorities in the Buffalo State Financial Sustainability Plan to secure the mission and the future success of Buffalo State. Campus is dedicated to the goal of increasing our overall enrollment by 15% over the next 4 years. Clearly, enrollment is a driver for the campus financial stability. However, it is important to understand that this goal is overall enrollment. Our entering class of first-year students is quite stable. However, our energy must be lodged toward the retention of our students to impact our overall enrollment. Every interaction with our students must be deliberative and aimed at the success of our students. This goal also includes increasing populations of transfer students, out-of-state students, international students, and non-traditional students. Enrollment management, in lockstep with academic affairs and support units, will continue to address how to move forward to meet these goals. So what does this look like across campus and within the many offices, programs, classes, and experiences that occupy the days of our students? First comes a recognition that we can only support those that we know. Understanding how to approach our students will provide a roadmap for supporting our students. This is my 43rd year in higher education, and I have seen students change from every vantage point. As a faculty member, as a department chair, a program director, a dean, a provost, and now as your president, I have observed, seen documented, and heard the ways that students have changed over the years. Their expectations of all of us, the way they prefer to learn, what they will tolerate or embrace, their expectations of technology, their thoughts and feelings about racial and social justice, the cultural context that feels like home, all of these to our students and to our diverse students are important to understand. We all know that music and dance and food choices continue to change, but there are fundamental changes across many spheres that we can only understand by understanding our students. And the pandemic will continue to impact students in the years to come in ways that is yet to be revealed. Many students soar to the highest levels of accomplishment here at Buffalo State. We know this. You know some of them by name, and they frequently win awards, receive accolades, and are visible members of the student body. We even have a series called Students that Soar that highlights some of these outstanding students. For students that soar at Buffalo State, there are many things that they commonly share with me. Faculty and staff know that your students not only appreciate your support, but they find ways to share with me and others across campus that support. They talk about the ways they connect with their faculty and their engagement with their major department while here on campus. There are so many faculty students praise for making a difference in their lives. For example, students recently shared the magic of Dr. Gary Solar's teaching and how much they learned inside and outside the classroom. They discussed how Dr. Gosette Cologne steered them into the right direction and navigated them to a teaching career. And they praised Aaron Haves for helping them see their talent in fashion. So many positive comments make their way to me as I talk with our students. There are far more students that soar and reach the highest levels of accomplishment than those that you personally may know by name. These students, many students, quietly go about their work, nose to the grind, often juggling multiple responsibilities on campus and at home, and yet they still find a path to true success. Many students at Buffalo State come from modest backgrounds, are first-generation college educated, are newcomers to this country, and have faced multiple levels of discrimination throughout their relatively short lives. What all of our students at SOAR have in common is a willingness to persevere even when they hit a tough or a rough patch. Their ability goes by many names. Some call it hardworking, or resilient, or unstoppable, or some say they have grit. You have your own way to describe these students. These students who soar find a way out of no way and move ahead towards seemingly and through unsurmountable odds. Many of you know these students well. It only takes one true supporter for a student to feel supported. I applaud all supporters across campus. Buffalo State continues to rank high in the indicators of social mobility because of you. Our campus provides a pathway to a better life for students from a variety of circumstances, many of them difficult. There is much that we do as a campus that supports students to succeed and move their families to a more secure financial and professional standing. Our high-impact practices like student research and community engagement and study abroad all help students to soar. We should be proud of this work and continue to lean into this work. Also, these students at SOAR find their ways to a variety of affinity groups across campus. They connect with champions who provide some of the wind beneath their sails. These champions come from all descriptors across campus. They are embodied in the faculty members who work carefully and diligently with students every day. You know these faculty members, those who believe you have not truly taught until your students in front of you have learned the materials. Those faculty members who work with students individually and in small groups to ensure the topic is well understood. Students who soar remember those faculty now and far, far into the future. Champions are embodied in the athletic coaches that work with our student athletes every day on and off the field. These coach champions care not only about the success in the sport of choice, but the performance within the academic endeavors and within their classes. They encourage, cajole, require study halls, student academic success, and they teach skills that will advance students in and outside the classroom. Students at SOAR belong to music groups and theater groups and cultural clubs and sororities and fraternities and every academic social club. In these affinity groups, students learn not only to love the focus of the group, from choral singing to the soccer team, but together with their peers are encouraged to persist and to soar and to stay. Students at SOAR are also from EOP and Say Yes and honor students and student athletes and every grouping of students that find themselves linked and united due to common purpose and reason. Here in these affinity groups, talented faculty and staff lean into the success of our students and provide advice and encouragement and suggestions that allow these soaring students to find their way. Encircling all our soaring students is our team of advisors and tutors and academic completion coaches and counselors who stand ready to assist all students to meet and slay any dragon that comes their way. These coaches and advisors know that each student has a host of issues they face, some within the classroom or mastering course content, and other concerns that derive from incomplete preparation, insecurities, outside influences, crises at home, financial needs, emergencies, or complicated issues that are difficult to resolve. These champions strive to keep our students on task so they can soar to success too. I cannot stand in front of you and with confidence say that all students soar or all students soar with ease. We have many students that if we are not vigilant, fail to find their wings or are not ready at that moment in their life trajectory to soar. Every time a student is in front of you, it is an opportunity to check in, provide a connection, or support to keep that particular student on track. We will build out our strategic plan and redouble our efforts to enhance resilience within all of our students. The priority of stable enrollment and meeting the goals set in our sustainability plan will require collaborative work, innovative student support, so that a larger portion of our students will soar. The work moving forward and laid out on our sustainability plan also includes state and, when appropriate, federal advocacy. We've had some success in the last state budget, gaining $5.5 million to support new faculty, programmatic needs, and to close completely that TAP gap we've been trying to close for several years. But we need to press for resources for our special Urban Engage mission with a JEDI focus. These conversations have been going on and they will continue. We must leverage our many and significant legislative connections and our community influencers to gain the full attention of our state, local, and federal funders. Within our fundraising arm, we have worked diligently to advance our scholarship dollars and our emergency funds to address unanticipated student needs. We must continue to champion the needs of our students to all, anyone and all that will listen to our story as a campus that transforms the lives of students. We have had significant success in this arena this year. We will advance this work and connect broadly with those who understand and wish to support the work of Buffalo State through philanthropic dollars. The plan also requires campus to engage in workforce planning. Each division has been engaged in workforce planning for some time. In January, divisions will define their plan to address how their division is responding to the declined financial resources across campus. The work and planning will be data-based and done in concert with divisional leadership teams and a variety of groups. What counts is not that we have stood 150 years, but what counts is the difference our education has made in the lives of our students, their families, and their communities in the past and into the future. This week, I released our new strategic plan that was approved in October at the College Council meeting and will carry us through the next 4 years of stabilization. The pillars of the plan anchor our sustainability plan and create the roadmap for our advocacy work moving ahead. The plan has several pillars. Pillar 1 really recognizes our commitment to access, equity, and social justice, and a real sense of belonging. Pillar 2 really recognizes our importance of being an urban engaged campus, and what does it mean to really be an anchor campus. Pillar 3 really recognizes our vision and our commitment to student success across every part of our campus. And Pillar 4 really recognizes the importance of professional development and working with faculty and staff to make sure they all have the tools they need to do the hard work ahead. And Pillar 5 really undergirds the sustainability for a better future, sustainability in every aspect. I encourage every member of our community to familiarize yourself with our new strategic plan. Each division and unit will align their work plan to address our campus strategic plan. Divisions will operationalize the plan and set clear, measurable goals that are divisional or unit specific. We will move in alignment as we move forward. And finally, SUNY trustees approved in their September the 21st meeting that comprehensive campuses who meet the revised definition of a university that was approved by the New York regions in January of 22 may be permitted to be renamed universities. We await the next steps from SUNY leadership that will be necessary to make this campus name change from college to university. As we move forward, we're committed to maintaining our mission and the feel of a college while embracing university as a means to advance international recruitment, to gain traction in receiving competitive grants, to join broader collaborations where the university label may be advantageous, and to compete strongly for the new and untapped markets of students within a competitive market. As a campus that believes in the power of a strong head and a strong heart, let us all commit to championing a resilient and a collaborative spirit as we move forward. I look forward to seeing this emerge as we take our plans and execute them in the future. Thank you so much.